Susheela, nice meeting you here. See, last day I tried 2-3 times. You know what happened was, last week I had an opportunity to enter into a college in this state, and I got an opportunity to converse with the students to around 3 to 4 hours of time. So I was sharing a lot of things over there, but many people are found to be not at all responsive. There could be a number of reasons. Finally, one or two students came and asked me, "Sir, could you repeat whatever you said, everything in Malayalam?"
Okay.
It was a professional college.
Okay.
So at that time, immediately I thought, a person like you definitely would be able to even enrich all these students and uplift them in a different manner. As you know pretty well, a communication coach, or basically a coach who can enhance the entire communication of the students, would definitely be able to make a transformation. But many of the colleges here or few schools are not exactly adopting these strategies. They teach English, they teach language, they teach grammar, but they never teach how to communicate. So, this education system basically is not gelling with whatever required in practice. Okay, so there is a gap which is existing.
True.
When the students come out from the college, okay, they are supposed to enter into a corporate world, they might get recruited.
True.
So, the theoretical education, how far this is helping the practical environment to further power it.
Yes.
So, that's basically a debatable point. So, when I was interacting with those students, suddenly you came to my brain.
Okay.
So nice that I am able to meet you. What's your opinion about it? What do you feel?
Thank you, Sharma, for giving me an opportunity to, give some insights on this, because I've been into this line for a long time now. And yes, it's true that, it's that gap. Now, we cannot blame anybody basically, because, the system as such is so exam centric. I'm sure till we finish school, high school, and secondary, the focus is all performing in the examination and scoring in the examination, where we do not give importance to what is called not language, I would call, the ability to showcase our content. See, I might be enriched in knowledge, I might have a thought process, but we don't get much opportunities to showcase it. Some of the kids are inborn with those talents. They take up leadership. They are there everywhere. They are all rounders. Showing their talent everywhere. But see, in a school, maybe about in a class of 30, 3 to 4 students would come out to perform. The rest, probably are inhibited, shy. Now, the system, of course, needs to give them some provision. I do work in some institutes where they take that extra effort for,
That is true. That happens.
the extra effort, because, suddenly at the time when you're finishing a course is when you're realizing that you need to have those kind of extra skills where people identify you as a professional, right?
Correct. Perfectly right.
See, so I think, a thought needs to go. I think the thought is there now, but it's not very easy to implement basically because, we have a system which is so exam oriented. Some of the syllabuses I know, if you look at some of the education system worldwide, they are not focusing just on exams. Okay?
Correct.
So I think a huge, massive change has to come into a system where, students start thinking about, how to communicate.
Basically, the issue what people like me faces is at the time of going for a recruitment, we are not able to find those people with great values in this regard. Probably they would have a lot of things in their soul,
Yes.
but they are not able to bring it out.
Yes.
Their language or the improficiency in terms of their communication never allows them to communicate whatever they already know. This is point number one. Point number two is, if you just look into the education system prevailing, you would be able to notice one important fact that most of the systems are formula oriented.
Exactly.
People inject the formulas into their brain, ask them to mug up, then take up the exam, vomit in the exam,
Exactly.
come out with some 95 to 98% marks. At the end of the day, what is going to happen? These people are not able to grab the opportunity in reality existing.
True.
There are many business corporates who lack extremely very good manpower.
Exactly.
They need to exactly recruit and committed to recruit only competent people in the system.
Correct.
This competency, I strongly feel, alone doesn't come from the certifications.
Correct.
You will be able to get a lot of certificates
Correct.
from many colleges. You can be a BCom holder, BSc holder, or even MBBS holder. But when they come out, what is the value they are able to create to the society and the entire system? That makes a big difference. So this is where many of the corporates nowadays are finding it very difficult. So what I strongly feel is the entire education system must be revamped in a manner whereby they incorporate not only the practicality, okay, giving them a clear picture about what is this practical world, but also highlighting them with the importance of communicating with one another. This is my feeling.
True.
Probably you would have something different.
See, that's what I always tell. See, today we belong to an IT, technology-driven world. Now you would find courses, slowly incorporating knowledge on technology. Even in school, it's introduced. Computer science-related subjects are introduced, and weightage is given to such courses, realizing that technology is going to drive us in the future. But communication is an old age skill. Okay. Now, I always think, at some point of time, competition was not as much as today. Okay. So, if you really didn't have that kind of powerful communication skills, you probably for your, technical skills would still get recruited. But today we have competition. Okay. Competition that, it's not because more manpower has come into the society with those certifications that you call. Technology by itself is a threat to people. Knowledge explodes around us.
Exactly.
Right?
What you say is 100% right.
See, I always think like if I say I go to a doctor, earlier when I went to a doctor, I'm absolutely zero on knowledge, and whatever he or she advocates, we would take it, with a closed eye, believing that ultimate treatment, I'm getting the ultimate treatment. He's probably writing out a vitamin tablet for me. Okay, I can't cross check on it. But today, what are we doing? I get a prescription at hand. The moment I do it, I'm reading on that medicine. Now, what am I reading? What are the side effects? No.
Naturally.
So, and he writes out a blood test. I'm checking out on every in and out of all that is written in that prescription. So, what is the present day threat for us? I keep telling my students wherever I'm coaching, any audience I coach, I say today, it's not what we need. We call it competition that comes through other human beings. Technology by itself is a big threat to us. Look at what AI can do to us.
Perfectly right.
Okay. See, I see. People like us at are lost because there was a time when we write and it is valued basically because it's our skill. Today, everybody writes well. Why? Because they are using something like a tool like a ChatGPT. Okay. So, see, how can you really differentiate between one person's talent in writing? Is it their real talent or is it a technology that is assisting them? So that's where, human skills become very, very important.
See, let me tell you, let me add upon what you said, madam. See, the point here, sorry. Let me add upon whatever you said, Susheela. The important element here would be at the time when they face an interview board.
Exactly.
Artificial intelligence is never going to help them out at that scenario.
Exactly.
Probably when I ask you to give something in writing from home, you can use all these tools to write,
typically
beautify the language, and give it.
Write out a resume using a tool.
You can do that.
And then your resume is so well written that you're called for an interview.
Exactly.
But your skills don't match.
You have to present yourself.
Yes.
When you are in front of me, when I pose certain questions or ask you to comment upon yourself and your background,
Exactly.
unless otherwise you sell yourself,
Yes.
no artificial intelligence can in reality help you out for this purpose.
Exactly.
So this is where exactly our education system has to take a lot of initiatives. Otherwise, these students would be a leaf out of the Bible.
Exactly.
Am I right? So these circumstances must be deliberately considered by the education system prevailing in our country. They must take concrete efforts to bring in all these practical aspects and the importance of this communication. That is more than the merely communicating something. The way you communicate, the style, the body language, the eye contacts, and the importance of selling yourself at some point of time.
Exactly.
All these elements must be part of the syllabus itself.
Exactly. That's what, as I said, as much as technology is taken seriously, your human skills should also be taken seriously. Okay, I think when we are finishing school, I think there is this concept of finishing school. Okay, very rarely
Yeah.
we look at it. You know,
Yes.
how many of us really take up those kind of courses seriously? Now, that's what
No
I
one,
said.
no one.
No, that's why I said, since our future is so much exam driven in the academic part of our life, we don't take this finishing, which has to have all those add-on skills.
Correct. Perfectly right.
So what do you think?
No, let me tell you, same. What you said is perfectly right. Finishing school, that concept, basically we can even implement in all the government schools as well.
Yes, yes,
So it is nothing but a simple initiative.
yes, yes.
See, there are many students nowadays who are not able to afford a qualitative education. Quality in the sense, let me tell you, the education system where a finishing school normally offer. If the same concept, if we cut, copy and paste in the normal government school environment,
Yeah, exactly.
even an ordinary student, probably it can be a tribal, okay, they can be uplifted
Yeah, exactly.
in a manner, they become employable and recruitable, most important. See, they can be employable, but they must be recruitable.
Correct.
The organization must be able to find a value, only then the organization would actually bring them on board.
Correct.
Am I right?
Correct.
So
See,
this
I
is
think
the
either way, like as a candidate, I do not know how to showcase my qualities. I might be a loser in that end. Same way, the organization also might be having in the panel the right candidate, but because he doesn't showcase his abilities, you'll end up not, recruiting that person.
exactly.
Okay.
And I have also noticed one something unique here nowadays. In earlier days, the men used to come out aggressively, women used to back up. Nowadays, it is happening other way around.
Is it?
Exactly. I will tell you, most of the corporates prefer ladies to men. The reason is that their thinking process,
Yes.
aggressiveness,
Yes.
the way they handle the things, and the way they conceive all the topics, whatever would have been taught to them, everything is being robust.
Exactly.
Okay, but the same approaches are never subscribed by the men nowadays. I strongly feel, even from the school days. So there has been a paradigm shift which happened in the recent past.
Yeah, of course, I
I don't know
think
what is going to be your
Yeah.
view in this regard.
my view is that, yes, women are getting a lot of preferences these days. It started with the reservations at some point of time when women were given some special, regards and, opportunities. But beyond that, I think what has happened is that education is now opened up for everybody. Okay.
That is
And
true.
come what may, the way men think and the women think are different. Okay. Now, this is like something we have to accept because, how much ever we talk about equality, the way men will approach a certain issue and a lady will approach a certain issue is definitely different. It's no orthodox talk. This is science. In fact, it's understood that we approach things differently. So those days, I think when I talk about how my dad used to think is, the division of labor that they used to have, when women used to take care of the house, we were thinking it's a small role that they were playing. It's not a small role. They were managing a big household. 15, 16 children, managing resources, food, feeding.
It is just like managing a total business.
So look at what a big thing they were handling. And now since we've come to smaller units of the family, that kind of effort that women were putting in managing the household has now slowly come into the corporate world, and they're also getting a lot of opportunities.
Exactly right.
Okay. And see, at any point of time, when I'm not a feminist at any point of time, I don't believe in the concept of feminism as such, because I believe that men and women have difference in their approaches, which has to be appreciated and utilized for those reasons.
That is true. That is true.
Okay. And I've read somewhere that, at the time of COVID, women run countries, where women were the leaders, the COVID management was much better than, where men were at the leadership roles. Okay. Now,
That is
these are all, true to some extent, because, statistics says that. But I never would underestimate men, because, because as such, I speak from my own experience, because I've seen men in my life, if at all you find me seated here, it's all the support of the men who have been in my life. And my children, as such, the younger generation, I see both men and women, boys and girls. Okay, they have their own talent, but again, the difference is the kind of exposure that they've got.
See, I will tell you, the opportunity to expose themselves are unique and uniform for
Yes.
everyone.
Yes.
How do you perceive it? How do you take up this?
See, the education as such, we're talking about a system which should start from home.
100% you are right.
Okay, so we are talking about a system, and we believe that the system comes from a system that is offered by the government or any private
See, as the
services.
way you said, I am subscribing your view. Earlier, women used to do lot of household activities, and that itself is a basic training
Yes.
for them to handle a corporate environment.
Exactly.
Even now, that is missing.
Yes.
Even what happens is the younger generations, they resist carrying out any of those household activities. They run away from their responsibilities because they stick on to the books, formulas, because a lot of things gets injected on them. They funnel with a lot of homeworks. They
Correct.
invariably find any time to concentrate or focus upon any other activity.
That's why I
And
say.
rest of the times they focus into their WhatsApp or Google. That's
Exactly.
all.
See, that's why, Sharma, I said that, the fact is that, schooling or education or whatever it is should start from home. The
Perfectly.
moment it starts from home, these young minds, they start observing things. Their absorption level is very, very different if they have a good parenting system. Okay, so I strongly believe in it. That's why, probably the earlier, thought was, women be at home, so they are good parents. Men would earn the living, make the bread for the family, whereas women would care for the character building and, train them for whatever they need to be. Okay, now, of course, as I said in the beginning, I don't want to blame anybody. We are evolving to be different kinds of, people, evolving with time, technology. Our units of family has become very small. We are career driven today, so the whole thought process is changing. But some basic things, as you rightly said, so let's come back to the point that how much ever we evolve, human skills ultimate.
No doubt.
Yes.
No doubt on that. So, what exactly our system has to do? They will have to come out with a lot of robust processes, and if at all required, they need to revamp the entire syllabus.
Correct.
The education system bring a lot of practicality rather than making them sit in the classrooms for hours together, or days together, or months together, or years together, and send them out only as bookish people. So, that is exactly, I strongly feel, that must be the need of the hour.
Exactly.
And the entire government, okay, they must understand this value and take concrete efforts in building this structure.
Yes.
So what is going to happen will be the quality of the education system within the country will definitely gets beefed up, with which it is 100% going to be a boon for majority of the corporates. They can actually commit to recruit only competent people.
Correct.
So this is what I can ultimately conclude.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that's a good thought process. And rather than putting the blame on a system, I think, at the grassroots level itself, we should start taking the initiatives to bring in better human beings into the world.
Thank you, Susheela. I was fortunate to meet you today. Otherwise, probably I would not been able to communicate in this manner. Because see, telephonic conversations may not be helping us to share our soul
Yes.
in a manner what exactly we would like to have.
Yes.
So thanks for you to come over here. Bye.
Thank you.
See
Thank you so much.
I'll catch you up.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Bye.